Hello out there, this is going to be a video on how I make my scale wooden pallets, so stay tuned. Alright, the list of tools and materials you will need. For me personally, I like to hold everything together with hot glue. I have these wire cutter pliers. They work just fine for cutting the popsicle sticks. And you will need the popsicle sticks, 17 exactly for the pallets that I'm making, a pencil to mark everything, and then a ruler or tape measure or something to, keep a measurement. Alright, so as in total, you're going to need 17 popsicle sticks to make this exact pallet. So 14 of which all you do is cut the ends off here, and I made them 4 inches long total. So each of these are 4 inches long, and then the 3 extra are going to be marked by the thickness of the popsicle stick, and then all you're going to do is you're going to cut all of these individually. Okay, so all of these are now cut. There are a total of 27. There's going to be a couple extra if I remember correctly. But all you need is 27 of these unless you want it thicker than the pallet that I made, in which case you would add 9 because there's a total of 9, there's a total of 9 squares total on top of each other. So the next step is we're going to actually start to mount everything. So we're going to have the first 3 right here. What I'm going to go through is I need my pencil, and I'm going to mark where the middle is here and here and here. So now I'm going to put each of these squares here, here, and here, and so on and so forth. Alright, so put some hot glue on one of them, take a little square, plop it on there, squeeze it down. And with this, you don't have to use hot glue. You could use regular glue or whatever you want. Hot glue for me is just really easy, simple, and it gets the job done. So that's what I just like to use hot glue personally. Then put one in the middle, go where the line is, put it on the middle of the line, squish it down, and then that's it. And then do this all 3 of these. So that's what you got there, and now I'm gonna do it to all of these. Alright, so now I did it to all 3. And next step, I just do it again, and then I'm going to make 2 total stacks. So I just finished stacking all 3 up. It just makes a nice layer. Like I said, you could add another layer, or you can make it as tall as you want. I just find that only doing 3 makes it the best, in my opinion. And the only downside with hot glue, even though it's super fast, is it leaves a lot of glue on the outside, so there's a lot of cleaning up you have to do. So you can use Elmer's and stuff, but it just takes longer to dry. Alright, so the next step is you get 3 more of your pieces that are 4 inches in length, or 3 inches, or whatever size you want. Just make sure they're all the same so it keeps square. And then all I'm going to do is, how I've been doing it, is I just glue one, flip it over, and then glue the other ones. So let's do one here. Some glue there, make it semi-square. That'll be pretty dry. I'll flip it over. Put some glue on the end. Put the next one down. And then for the middle, all you're going to do is measure, because it's at 4 inches, at 2 inches. Make a mark. And then put some glue there. And put the next one. So how I'm doing this is just how it works for me. If you do this, you know, whatever works for you, I just find it easier to like flip it over and do this. You could, you know, put glue on all of them at the same time and then put it down. But doing it one at a time, especially since I'm using hot glue, you know, the glue, doesn't dry. It cools down fast. Wow, it took me a while to figure that out. But yeah, so now I'm just gonna get the other 3 down. Okay, so that is done. It's pretty square. Now the next thing to do is for one, use whichever top you want. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna keep to this is the bottom and this is the top. Now what I'm gonna do with this is I'm going to glue on the 2 sides first, and then once I do that, this is when you could decide how much gap you want. You could have it so you only put like 3 or 4 of them, or you could do more. Like I said, I put 8 on there, and it leaves less than about 1/8 of an inch gap. I like it. It just, to me, it looks the most real. So when I do this, I'm gonna put 3 things of hot glue on each of them and then stick it down. Example. And if you are wondering, this is a high temp glue gun. It'll, you know, it keeps the heat longer. And that's one right there. And then I'm going to do the other side. Put it around. And with how I'm doing the lift here with the stacking 3 squares on top of each other, you don't have to do that. You could get 2 actual pieces of wood and put it in there. It would make it look way more scale. But I'm only doing this because I only wanted to make it out of just these, and that was like really the only way to do it. Alright, so there's that. And now again, this is when you could decide however many slats you want. You could make it so it's only like that or whatever you want, but for me, I'm gonna put all 8 down. So for me, I just eyeball it. I don't really measure it or go too crazy with that. So basically for me, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue these middle 2 first, and then that'll be like what I base everything off of. So I'm gonna glue this one first. This is the only one I'm gonna mark. A little tiny mark so you can barely see it. I see them right there. Put some glue on the left side of them. Line up on the pencil marks. Oh no, it's sliding. There we go, I'm saving it, maybe. There we go. It's not perfect, but if you need to, you can always sand it down. But there's that one. And then the next one is gonna go right there. A little hot glue. Set it down. Right there. Give it some pressure. And bam. And now I'm gonna do the rest. Alright. And there it is. So to fix it up, you could just go in there maybe with a razor blade and like scrape off the excess hot glue, or you know, sand it all down nice. A lot of people paint them, but I like the natural wood look, or the natural wood look. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep it just like that. You know, and then you could just stack them up. It looks pretty cool. So I hope somebody learns from this. If you have any suggestions on how I could do better, feel free to let me know. Constructive constructive criticism is good, if I could say it. Besides that, yeah, hope you guys like the little DIY tutorials I'm making. I'm going to try and make more with who knows what. So, yeah, have a good one.